friends that be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle. Nick is on his way back from class. He should be here any minute. He'll end up coming in and setting up, and then he'll be good to go. But I figured I'd get the show kind of started, and we'll be able to get to go over what happened yesterday, and then I'll quickly go and give you guys my my card for college baseball today, because a lot of midweek dogs, fun, like it's gonna be a big dog week for some college baseball. So I'm definitely excited for all of that. It should be a lot of fun today. So before we jump into it, we'll go ahead and take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And let's see, actually, that one needs to be a push. Yesterday was a good day. We had 10 plays. We went 6-2-2. We started off with, I will preface this with, we've been carried by hockey. Hockey has been fantastic since the beginning of the year. And Nick, when he does put up plays up on the site for hockey, I believe is up like 13 units or something in hockey since the start of 2025. So I will say that has been a really good run for Nick in hockey. Yeah, up 13.24 units. He's number one on the site for 2025. He had Montreal Canadiens last night. Nice winner there. 2 pushes on Buffalo -1 and on Toronto -1. Buffalo, hey, what about a 2-goal comeback in the third period? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's now 6 wins in 7 games. Next game in Raleigh, and I'll be there. Let's go. Toronto -1. They win in overtime, so obviously they only win by 1. We had the over in the Baylor-Cincinnati game. Did not quite get there. I had over 139.5. It finished 67-69, so that's 136 points, so missed by a couple points. Northwestern +2.5. I should have just taken the money line because they win by 12 on the road. So that was a nice winner there. Nick had Edmonton, which was his only hockey loser of the day. He had to really sweat out that St. Louis play because St. Louis -1. They win 7-2 over the Kraken. Florida -1. They win 4-1 over Nashville. So overall, Nick had a really strong day in hockey. Colorado State -11.5 was a winner against Air Force. They win by 22. And then my one NBA play of the day was the Dallas Mavericks +9.5. That was the only thing I really liked. That's the only thing I put up on the site. It was a winner, and we get to move on because it was a really good day, up 4.88 units. Nick is here now. He's going to be setting up. As he sets up, I'll quickly preface with we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays in college baseball today. And all of them are smaller schools versus bigger in-state schools besides one. So I took Xavier today because I'm going to keep riding Xavier. Their money line is +115 versus Indiana. I'm taking Georgia State +180. They're against the Bulldogs of Georgia. We'll take Liberty Bibberty against Duke. I think there's a bunch of weird spots because Duke is coming off of a loss in Bowie's Creek to Campbell last night. Now they have to go and play Liberty, who has been a very, very strong team this year. Even though Liberty just lost the series to Xavier last weekend, they are going to be a very good team this year. I took UAB against Troy. In-state rivalry, and what did Troy do last night? How about a ranked win in Starksville against Mississippi State? That was a 6-5 game, so really, really nice win for Troy. I think it's more of a letdown spot for Troy. Give me UAB in that one. Plus 205 with a little bit of Florida Gulf Coast. They're against Miami today. Another in-state rivalry. Take a little bit of SELA action. They're against UL Lafayette. And that's a plus 150. Let's take a little bit of Dallas Baptist. Plus 160 versus LSU. And then let's have a little bit of a late night sweat with CSU Bakersfield. They're against California, and that's a plus 235. All these are about to be posted up on my Twitter. But Nick, welcome. I'll let you give you a little spiel, and then if you want to go say hi to the chat real quick.
Quick recap for me yesterday was a profitable day. 1 and 2 in the NBA, kind of annoying there. Hopefully, Action Network will let me log in today. That was really annoying. So I went based off of other stuff. And I went 1 and 2. Got hooked on Houston minus 3.5. They won by 3. Lost Spurs plus 3. But got the Mavericks plus 9.5. That was a winner there to end the night. Hockey was strong yesterday. 3, 1, and 2. It was weird because I got a couple pushes in there. But it is what it is. How about the Habatons? An outright win there, 4-0 against Carolina. Pushed the -1 on both Buffalo, Toronto. Toronto came back from multiple goals down. Buffalo came back from multiple goals down. Edmonton was my lone loser. And then Florida -1, St. Louis -1, both take care of business there. So overall profitable day for me.
Yeah, Nick, I was telling them, and you need to keep putting up hockey on the site. You're up 13 units in hockey on the site for 2025, so nice. you got to keep doing that. Nick, do you want to go say hi to the chat while I quickly put up all my college baseball, or do you need to be doing something on your computer?
I'm trying to log into Action Network so I can have my numbers complete, good to go, because it was being annoying yesterday. So I'm hoping it will work today.
Okay. Wow, a bunch of chat. Let's do this. What's up? Good morning, Nick. Hello, my favorite twin. I'm Number's favorite twin. I don't know if that's an honor or not. No, okay. Houston got it done. Yes, yeah, 100%. Puck. Remember when Earle said Warriors are old and finished? I think they haven't lost since. I believe they are still not great. Hold on, let me pull up the standings for that. The Warriors are in the 8th spot now.
Wow. Look at them.
You know what? Give us the Warriors in the first round. I forgot the other way that the Sabres Ducks would piss me off. That would be the Sabres in winning in regulation. Hey, I enjoyed that, and then we hopefully we see them win in regulation next game. Kraken almost came back. That was sweaty.
Oof, yeah, the Blues were sweaty there. That was all right, Action Network, just whatever.
Tim just jinxed Nick. No, I didn't. Morning. Keep riding Xavier. Dude, Xavier's been a fun team in college baseball this year. And the thing is, they're going to have a bunch more fun games coming up. And I know we're going to end up talking whatever. I like talking about college baseball. They're only 4-3 this year, Xavier. But if you look at who they've played against, they lost to Oregon State, which is a top 10 team. They beat Indiana. Nice. They beat UNLV. They lost to Oregon State. Their game against Louisville got postponed. And then they won 2 out of 3 in Liberty. That's a really good series for them. So, and then they go at Indiana. They go at Stanford for 4. That's going to be a really good series because I believe Stanford is ranked now or very close to being ranked. At Tennessee, 3 against Vanderbilt, at LSU. Like, they challenge themselves to the point where, at Sela, at Tulane, who's going to be good, at versus Ball State, who's one of the best teams in the MAC, at Kentucky, and then they get UConn. And then Wright State, who's not even a pushover in the
Horizon League.
In the Horizon. So
they'll probably win the Horizon League.
Yeah. And then they finally get Butler, who they should win, and St. John's, who they should beat, Cincinnati, who they should beat, Villanova. They've got – but that Xavier team really challenges themselves in the beginning of the year, and I'm excited to see what they could really do. Sabres money line, when it's a lock, you bet big. Thank you, Buffalo. How much on college basketball? $5 a game, or are we doing $10 a game? On baseball? I do like 20 or 25. I don't go crazy with college baseball. I love following it. But especially this early in the season, you can't really go crazy with that stuff. Minus 440, JK. Oh, there's my other favorite twin. 2 girls on the same show. Okay. 996. 446. You're hilarious. That joke keeps getting funnier. Ha ha ha. You know we have to work. You know we have other stuff. You know we can't be on every single show. So I know that's a joke and stuff to you. It's not really that funny. That's team total under 75. Lock it up. I don't even think they play today, so I don't really think you could bet their team total today.
75. That's a lot of runs.
And I would take under 75 runs in a game too. They do. They go up against Miami today. Paul Blackburn's pitching. But I agree. I do not think they're going to score 75 runs today.
Do you see the Mets' first split squad game against Miami? Sandy is back and he's throwing 99 on the black.
Oh yeah.
That game against Pittsburgh is going to be so cinema between Skeens and Alcantara. I can't wait. Sorry.
Good morning, Tim. Morning, Brandon. How about them Canadians? Markel, 446. Hopefully, the Canes sign Rantanen, and he keeps holding up the trade deadline.
I mean, if they don't sign Rantanen, that's a massive failure for the Carolina Hurricanes. Unless they win a Stanley Cup. Which they're not going to. If they don't re-sign Rantanen or at least flip him before the deadline, because I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina's having contract talks with Rantanen and they're going nowhere. I think they would flip him because they're kind of
didn't they just get him?
Yes, but they don't want to happen with Rantanen. That happened with Jake Gensel last year, where they traded traded a decent amount of prospects for him to walk in the offseason. They don't want that again. So I wouldn't be surprised seeing that they traded for him so early this year. If they can't get a contract done with Rantanen,
that he's gone
by the trade deadline, I think he could be flipped to somewhere else.
Wow. I'm going to an NBA basketball game tonight. There you go. Who do the Rockets play?
San Antonio.
That should be a fun game.
No, it's
wait,
9.5 point spread.
Never mind. I keep forgetting that. Who do you call it's not playing right now because he's injured? Victor Wembanyama, which completely sucks. That sucks. Regular season doesn't matter. These will be judged by the playoffs. Yes. Isles are dead again next year. I don't remember Nick saying anything about the Islanders.
Yeah. And here's the thing with the Islanders. If last night didn't show Lou Lamoriello that you need to trade away Palmieri and Brock Nelson, maybe find a partner for Noah Dobson, John Gabriel Pajot, what the Islanders need to do, and the blueprint is out there, follow what the Capitals did with your short-term retool rather than a full-on, we're going to suck for 5 years rebuild. So the tools are out there. You have the core with Matthew Barzal and Bo Horvat and Ilya Sorokin signed long-term. You have the core for that. Trade a few pieces away, get some help in your farm system to bring up, and hopefully in a year or two, you're back to the playoff team that you were back with Barry Trotz. I think Patrick Waugh is a fine coach, though, too.
That being said, the Leafs are making it out of the first round. I see that.
I want to say that, sure. But, no.
Who is the PA for the Toyota Center.
I have not a clue. Never been there.
Who plays in the Toyota Center? Is that
Houston?
Probably.
Houston. We're the Houston Sports Podcast.
Not Houston. Columbus is in a wild card spot. They earned that.
Yeah.
They won't be for long, I don't think.
I think they fall off, but
we all know that the Rangers are it's gonna be the Rangers and the Bruins that are gonna make a run up and end up getting into wild card spot.
I don't think so. I think the Bruins are done. And if they weren't minus 300 to miss the playoffs, I would have bet it already.
To miss, they're minus 300.
To miss the playoffs, they're minus 300. I'm pretty certain to say that the Boston Bruins need to go through a rebuild at this point.
It's fair. College basketball help us? I don't know. I'm high on Minnesota Twins with a fully healthy season of Royce Lewis, Correa, and Buxton.
And we brought this, and I brought this up during the American League Central show. The ceiling for the Minnesota Twins is the World Series. If Royce Lewis is healthy for 150 plus games, Byron Buxton's healthy for 150 plus games, if they can get Carlos Correa healthy and back to the way he was in Houston, if Jorge Lopez bounces back, because you look at the back end of that bullpen, oh my God, Griffin Jackson, Yohan Duran to close out games is disgusting. This Twins team has the potential. And here's the problem, though, is Manuel Rodriguez and Walker Jenkins, their two top prospects, have injury problems as well. Minnesota, stop drafting injury-prone players. Thank you very much.
Jeez, I'm right here. You don't have to yell. How long? Okay. Shut the fuck up. We don't talk about how long somebody's going to get injured. That's kind of messed up, dude. Detention incoming. I have a question. Do you know who I do not know who the Rockets PA announcer is. And honestly,
I don't care.
It does not matter. Who is winning the cup? I'm on the Oilers.
Good.
Vegas is.
Not the Capitals.
All right. Hey, Nick, we were right about the Flames.
Yes, we were. Unfortunately, I didn't bet. The one time I didn't fade the Capitals. And out of anybody, it was Daniel Vladar in net for Calgary last night, getting the win, shutting down Washington, which was great to see. But yeah. We're getting through the chat. We're talking to the people. Shut up. Bruins, nope.
Bruins, nope. Anyone but the Rangers. I'd rather have the Habs. Twins World Series talk. Throw Nick off the show.
I said their ceiling is that. Here's the thing: is the Minnesota Twins, I think, have the largest. I think they have the biggest discrepancy between ceiling and floor, because they can have another year where everybody gets injured and they win 72 games, or they can have a year where everyone stays healthy, plays up to their expectations, they win 90 plus games and make a deep playoff run. Like the difference between the floor and the ceiling for the Minnesota Twins might be the biggest in baseball.
Yep. Who's winning the cup? Are you serious? It was the Baby Sharks.
Oh, it's always the Baby Sharks.
Because of Nick, of course. All right. Let's head to games, Nick.
Yeah.
So 446 doesn't protest.
Let's get into it here. I can give a fuck.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I know. Let's get into the card here. We have the Toronto Raptors and the Indiana Pacers. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's up to a 10.5 now. So we do a move towards the Indiana Pacers. Line opened up 239.5, and it's plummeted down to 233.5. We have 59% of tickets and 52% of the cash on the Pacers. The line's moving towards them in this game. We have 68% of tickets and 64% of the cash is on the over, and this line's done nothing but plummet. I'm assuming some of this money on the over, though, is coming in at 233.5 and not 239 where it opened. We look at what these two teams have done as of late. The Indiana Pacers in their last game had their 3-game winning streak snapped with a 125-116 loss against the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets team total over 124.5 in that game, never in doubt.
But the over in general did not hit. So
the over in general did not hit, but the Denver Nuggets team total over did.
Yeah.
So that was all that mattered to me. Toronto Raptors are coming in on a second half of a back-to-back, a third game in 4 nights. So I understand why the Indiana Pacers are priced this way. They're coming in off of the game against Boston as well, and they will hit the road now. This is their first game on the road. They will play at least the next 4 games tonight, and then they play Chicago or Orlando twice. And I would have to click on them in order to get their full extended schedule, but they have at least the next 4 games on the road. Toronto, where they are a whopping 5-21 this year. I know this is a lot of points, but if I'm playing, I'm laying. That's the only way I'm looking at this game. We also do have another spot where both these teams, this is their 3rd game in 4 nights, but the Raptors, this is their second half of a back-to-back as well. So I think situationally it's a better spot for Indiana. So it'd be Pacers or no bet here for me, but I'm not going to be laying 10 with the Pacers.
I'm not either. I'll be honest, there's a couple of games that I like on this card. But once again, there's let's just go through and look at the spreads real quick. There's a 10.5, a 10, a 17, a 10, a 9, a 9.5. If I'm doing anything, I'm taking every single dog outright. But I'm not doing all that shit because it's Toronto on the road. It's Philly on the road. It's Nets at home. It's the Jazz at home. It's the Bulls at home.
Nothing to do with that Nets spot though.
Yeah,
that's a Thunder or no bet, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
And then it's the Spurs on the road. So honestly, all these big spread games have zero interest to me right now besides dog or nothing. And I'm not betting the Raptors on the road. It's just not something I want to do. There'll be some spots that I like. This is not going to be one of them.
Fair. Back to the chat.
There you go. You can look up. There you go. They do give if we protest. No. John Stanford is the PA announcer. Okay, good.
I'm so glad we know that now. Oh, I can sit back and relax. We're all good now.
Thank you, Brad. Halliburton questionable. Raps plus 10.5. A small NBA favor on the money line is minus 200. I know, right? It is sad, but that's the state of the NBA right now. Unfortunately, these lines are crazy. Nick, who did you steal that from? If I'm playing, I'm laying. That's a Higgs line.
No, is it? I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was. I think I got that when I was doing free pick videos back with picks and parlays still, and I was doing the background stuff. I think that it was the Steamroller.
Okay.
Yeah, where his when he would look at favorites is if I'm playing, I'm laying. I believe that's who it was. I'd have to go back and look. I think it was him. I think it was Scott, the Steamroller. But I don't. Yeah, I think that was who it was.
Tim loves the Raptors. No, I don't love the Raptors. Who is the guy on OKC? His name SGA. He's the best player in the NBA.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he's not the best player in the NBA. The best player in the NBA is named Nikola Jokic. Rockets got the win over Milwaukee Bucks yesterday, and he thought the Spurs and the Rockets. I didn't think the Spurs and Rockets. I was saying that if I was playing anything in that game, it would be a look towards probably the Spurs. But why does it matter? Ice, it's okay. It's a great line. Raptors team total under.
Ooh. Yeah, my only worry is that you missed the ass that you're getting the worst of the line because the totals dropped 6 points.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. But yeah, I can obviously still hit.
We go to this game, Nick, which I want to, but I feel like I feel like I am going to get to this game.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get back to him. I remember I was shit on the last time last time Washington played for betting them because I bet a team against a team playing inspired basketball that lost to the worst team in the NBA. But that's beyond the point. We got the Washington Wizards taking on the Portland Trailblazers. The Blazers 6-point road favorites in this game. The line opened up around a 5. It's now a 6, so we do have a 1-point line movement towards Portland. Line opened up 226, went up to a 227.5, 228.5, 229.5. Now we're seeing 231.5. So we've had a nothing but a line to move towards an over and a line move towards the Blazers. 64% of tickets and 69% of the cash is on the Blazers in this one. Here, 51% of tickets, 52% of the cash is on the over here as well. The line has moved towards the over. Washington, they're off of a win, which I don't know. I mean, I actually want to take a look back and take a look at what the Wizards have done off of a win this year, because, I mean, this is the 10th time they're able to say they've done that. And actually, when they win games,
they win multiple.
Yeah.
They had a 3-game winning streak and a 2-game winning streak.
A 3-game winning streak, and then they sprinkled in a couple wins here and there. But when this team wins, they've won multiple games in a row a couple times. So that's not out of the cards. And Portland's kind of come back to where they were after a really strong run from Portland. Now they've won back-to-back games, though. They destroyed Charlotte, and then they took care of business against Utah. So you beat the 2 of the worst teams in the NBA, and now you get another one of the worst teams in the NBA. The Blazers feel like I kind of feel like the Blazers probably win this game. The question is, do they cover? And I don't know if I really want to lay 6 on the road with the Blazers. They're only minus 225 on the money line. For those who like parlays, I don't advocate for parlays, but I guess they could be a little bit of a parlay piece. But I don't know if I'm getting involved. I'm not getting involved in this game, but maybe if you like the Blazers in this spot, and I think this play makes a little bit more sense than laying 6 on the road to Portland Trailblazers. Maybe it's Portland's team total. For me, because just the way that the market's moved, it's moved towards Portland and it's moved towards the over. I don't want to lay 6 on the road. Why not just ask the Portland Trailblazers to score me, what would it be, 120 points? Their team total over is 119.5, minus 110 over on Bet365. I'm tempted on that. I want to take a look. The line's moved an awful lot, but I'm tempted on that team total over for Portland.
It's Washington or nothing for me.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it this way. Why is Portland at home was a 6-point favorite versus Charlotte, and now they're a 6-point favorite on the road against Washington. They were a 7.5-point favorite on the road at Utah. Are you saying that? Are we saying that that Utah's only a 1.5 better than Washington? That's the way I'm kind of looking at them. Are Utah a 1.5 better than Washington?
I don't know. That sounds.
It sounds right, but it's just it would be Washington or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something I'm going to get involved with? No, probably not. There's a 1-800-GAMBLER button. Remember when Portland was on a nice little run? We thought, hey, maybe they might have a shot. No. They're 4.5 games back now. So I just
They won like 9 in a row, and we're still 10 games under.
Oh yeah, they had a nice little run, but no, that's
maybe even if they were in the East, they'd be competitive right now.
If they were in the Eastern Conference, they would be in ahead of the Bulls.
They'd be in a play-in spot.
Yeah, they would be.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. In the Eastern Conference, you could have a 397 win percentage, win 39.7% of your games, and be in a playoff spot right now, or play-in spot. So yeah, no, Portland would be in a play-in spot in the Eastern Conference. It's Wizards or nothing.
Fair. Back to Jeff.
Shake my head. 1-800. I don't know.
Mark Frotto.
Huh?
Mark Frotto is the PA announcer for the Wizards.
You're a dick.
Yes, I googled it.
Pass this bit. Yeah, no, yeah. Wizards, but fuck this game. What's up, Stop Geo? Wizards are playing Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton, which has them some life. Veterans, this is why they beat the Nets.
That's fair.
Wizards contest pick. You ruined the contest. Shut up. Wizards team total under. I wish the NHL had a play-in spot. I don't.
I'm glad they don't.
Although, let's real quick, out of curiosity, if they had play-ins
in the NHL,
hold on,
that
stop.
The Eastern Conference more interesting.
It would be Detroit versus Columbus for the 7 seed, and Ottawa versus Rangers for the chance to play the top one. So it'd be those guys, and then Colorado versus Calgary. Winner gets the 7. Vancouver versus Utah. The winner gets the loser of the first game for the 8 seed.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be that would be interesting, but at the same time, no, don't ruin your playoff structure in NHL. This game is an ugly one, Nick.
Well, it's a good thing that you skipped a game.
Oh,
first.
shoot. I didn't even realize I skipped it.
Yeah, let's get into it. How about the Detroit Pistons taking on the Boston Celtics? The Celtics 4.5 point road favorites in this game, total 226. This line opened up around a 6, 5.5 range. It actually opened up at a 7 within a minute and a half. It was a 6. Within another 30 seconds, it was a 5.5. And then within 6 minutes, it's down to a 4.5, and it's not moved since then. It actually did get down to a 3.5 for a couple minutes before it went back up to a 4. Line opened up 225.5. It's now 226.5 in this game here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot, where we have 80% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the Celtics. Yet this line's moving towards the Pistonians. In this one here, 91% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the over here as well. Detroit, how about them Detroit Pistons? How about a 7-game winning streak? Granted, you look at the teams they've played. Philly, Charlotte, Chicago, San Antonio without Wemby, Atlanta, and LA Clippers. Which I'm glad I stayed off the Clippers the other night.
Yeah, I was on the Pistons.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think it was injury related why the line moved. And because I
was joking around with myself because I went and I checked it. I saw the score with like 30 seconds left in the game. I'm like, the Clippers with a sharp play weren't there.
Yeah. And then on the flip side, Boston's coming in playing some good basketball as well. They've won 6 in a row. They did play last night. They won, but they didn't cover as 11-point favorites. They beat the Raptors by 10. And the Pistons had a day off. How about pure domination in this head-to-head? Covers only gives me the previous 10 games.
Yeah.
But Boston's won every single one of them. They're 10-0 straight up, 7-3 ATS the last 10 matchups. Well, guess what? That ends today. Give me the Pistons in this game. I'm going to take the points in this one. If you want to take the money line, why not go for it? If they're +1, I'm seeing +168 on the money line over on FanDuel. If you want to go for a score, I am taking them +4.5. It's -105 over on DraftKings. I like the Pistons in this spot. They have a day off, so they have the rest advantage. They're playing some really good basketball. They're at home. The public is all over Boston. This line's moving to Detroit. Everything correlates for me here. To now, I want to see the rest of the card, but so far, just looking at the card, like a quick glance,
yeah,
I think Detroit might be the best bet on the entire NBA card. I think maybe, and if the line wasn't as big, I would say maybe OKC is that, which we'll get into in a little bit, but I think Detroit is a must bet in this spot at this number. With this market, the way they're playing, and I have a feeling you're going to tell me they're going to win outright and you're going to take their money line. But I'm on Detroit plus the 4.5, -105 on DraftKings.
+152. And if you watched my free pick video on picks and parlays last night, bada bing, bada boom, I took the Pistonians. And by the way, I looked it back, 12 straight for the Celtics.
Okay.
The last time that the Pistons won a game versus the Celtics was in Boston, and it was 2022, February 16th. So this has been a dominated series by the Celtics. But once again, this is a different Pistons team than we've seen the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So I have no problem going. Give me the Pistons outright here, +152.
I like it.
Oh boy, a lot of chat. I'm gonna try to run through this quickly. Shut up, dude. Yeah, Blazers are a better team. I predict Tim Pistons. Yeah, good job. You watched the free pick video last night. Do you know what the final score for the Rockets game is going to be tonight? No, I do not. Drewski is back. I just noticed.
Nah.
Who?
Drewski?
I don't know. I predict Tom's picks about Celtics spread. Nope. Good morning, Coyotes picks over 226. If I'm taking a dog, I want points. So sure. Celtics might put belt to ass. Nope. I would say take the hot Pistons, but the Celtics team is trying. It seems to be trying again. Coyotes picks. What up, Ice? Boo. JK. Good luck. I was going to bet Pistons yesterday, but figured why not wait? Public money.
Public money is coming in on the Celtics, yet this line is continuing to move to Detroit.
There you go. Hey, Coyotes show up for the first time since. Okay, stop that. I think this is low-hanging fruit for the Celtics. I'm passing. Going to sleep soon, not because of NBA. I got you, dude. Pistons plus 4.5. Stop the presses. Nick says Pistons best bet. I'll give you the Celtics. You're so funny. I knew my Pistons would be better, but surprising season win total over 22.5.
How about that?
I'm looking towards making the play-in at plus 500. Play-in?
Play-in? How about playoffs?
They're in a playoff spot by 4 games. They're sitting in the 6th seed comfortably. They're closer to the 4 seed than they are to missing the play-ins. They're only a game behind the Pacers.
Who did they play in the first round?
They would play the Knicks.
I think the Knicks take care of business in that series, but I think this is the year that Detroit takes a step up. Next year is the year we look towards futures with them.
I agree. Celtics team total over.
This is for Detroit. You have to lose in order to win year.
446. If you watched the free pick video on Picks and Parleys, you would already know. So shut up. Jeez, got work soon. No sleep. You got Avs minus 125.
Ooh, that's a good number.
We'll talk about them in a little bit. Pistons give up a lot of points lately. Good luck today, y'all. Good luck to you. Stop Geo. 446 ready for the Red Sox to win the division. Yes, I'm ready for the Red Sox. Pistons money line, and it's only because it's in the Motor City. Stop it. Everybody loves them. I fade them now. Red Sox bullpen will be trash.
Here's the thing with the Red Sox is I'm not saying they're going to have an elite bullpen. I'm not saying anything like that. But if they have a league average bullpen, they can win the division.
There you go.
Because the offense they built around it, and no, they don't have the sexiest names for starting pitchers other than Garrett Crochet. Walker Buehler is going to be better this year. His second year after Tommy John. Brian Bayo can break out this year. Tanner Houck, I like him. And that's not even including players like Cutter Crawford or Garrett Whitlock, who can make it into the rotation. So
we already talked about them.
I like that team. Yeah.
Pistons in 7. Heck no.
Ooh.
Pistons could beat the Pacers in 7 games, but not the Knicks.
Yeah.
All right. Here's how if the playoffs were to start today, here's how the Knicks playoffs would go. Winning 6 games versus the Pistons, get swept by the Celtics.
I think they could take one from the Celtics.
I do not.
I think it would be Celtics in 5 or 6.
The Knicks are 0-8 this year against the Celtics, the Cavs, and the Thunder.
Yeah.
They're not. The Knicks are just not there. Bullpen won't be trash. No, the bullpen.
It'll be okay. And you got to keep in mind, Liam Hendricks coming back. He got hurt last year. No duh, he got hurt last year. What did he come back from before he got hurt? Leukemia. What does leukemia do?
Cancer.
Yeah, it kind of breaks down your body a little bit, makes it weaker. You get another year removed away from that, you're going to be stronger.
Bullpen will kill the Sox starters. No. But
nope, I can't agree with that. Nope, the Yankees have a better bullpen. The one thing that the Yankees have over the Red Sox is pitching in general. Because the Yankees, I think, have built themselves to win 3-2 baseball games this year.
Mm-hmm. Pistons will never beat the Pistons. Get out of here. Pistons will never beat the Knicks. I never said they would.
I said Knicks in 6. Yep.
Let's go to this game. Speaking of the
Knicks, yeah, the 10-point favorites against the Philadelphia 76ers. Here's the thing, though. There's no way in hell I'm taking anything with the Sixers anymore. Like, I've given up on the Sixers.
Yeah.
Line opened up at a 10.5. It's down to a 10. So we do have a half-point line movement towards the Sixers. Line opened up 232. It's down to a 230.5. Let's take a look at cash flow in this game here, where we have, if I can find it, there we go. 61% of tickets, 67% of cash coming on the Knicks. The lines move slightly towards them. Slightly away from them, I bet. 59% of tickets, 58% of cash from the over. The lines moving towards the under. In this game here, the Knicks. I'm trying to get up what they've done, what they did last. The Sixers have been on an absolute slide, and I am, as a Philly hater and of any way, shape, or form, I'm enjoying this.
I am too.
Now I just need the Phillies to do that. 8 straight losses for these Philadelphia 76ers, and they were favorites in 6 of them. They were favorites in 6 of those games that they've lost. 8 in a row. They're 1-9 straight up in ATS the last 10. The Knicks are coming off of back-to-back losses against Cleveland and against Boston.
Shocker, the 2 best teams in the East.
Yeah, on the road. They were on the road with those stuff. But yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Of course. For me, this is Knicks or no bet. I don't like this market. I don't like this line. I mean, if this was a 7, a 7.5, maybe I'm a little bit more interested. And now we're starting to question why the Knicks are only 7.5 point favorites. But at this number, I don't want to lay double digits with the Knicks. But I can promise you, and if you find me betting this team the rest of the year, please slap my wrist or something. I'm not betting the 76ers the rest of the season. I promise you, if I lean 76ers, I'm passing. So this is Knicks or no bet for me. Knicks or no bet.
Yeah, but can you really trust the Knicks as this big of a favorite?
No, that's why I didn't lay the points. But
Yeah,
it's Knicks or no bet.
I trust me, I'm not going after this game either. The Knicks are a good team. I'm not going to say that they're not. They just can't beat good teams. Now, the Sixers are not a good team. The Sixers are awful, and that is beautiful. The 76ers are currently – with all that being said, the Sixers are still only 2.5 games back for a play-in spot. They're 17 games under 500. They're 2.5 games back for play-in spot.
That's stupid.
Imagine the Sixers actually get into the play-ins, get into the playoffs.
They would play who? The Cavaliers?
The Cavs.
I would make a big bet on the Cavs to sweep that series.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even be close.
It wouldn't be. But I saw them that could be interesting.
No, it wouldn't.
I'm not doing anything in this
That's
game.
assuming they win 2 games in a row to get the 8th seed.
Yeah.
Not happening.
The Sixers are ass. Philadelphia's tanking. Knicks money line is locked. Dude, minus 445. Shut up.
They should win. They absolutely should win. There's no reason why they shouldn't.
But you should never be laying that much. Live betting Knicks money line at a better price.
There are better ways to bet the Knicks. I want to take a look what one way is, which I'm assuming it's still expensive. But yeah, keep going on the chat. I want to see if there's a way to bet the Knicks that's money line related, but not, but probably
Lean Philly. I have no idea how they have fired their coach. I don't know either. 10 feels too low for the spot. Feels too low. NBA is such a live betting sport. Definitely. 10 is the smallest double-digit number. Yes, it is. Knicks own bad teams. They should win by 20. Luckily for everybody that they would have to play good teams in the playoffs. Sixers team total under. Haven't seen a chat this active in a while. Keep in mind, we are live on 3 different channels, on ESB, on Picks and Parleys, and on Winners and Winers. Very active, yes. Coyote, sorry. 3/4 last night on my parlay. Duke first half. Providence, Georgia Tech, Lightning. Missed on Providence. Lean Maxey points. Dude, Maxey's been insane. So I don't see why not. Nick, these are the 2 teams that are just really weird to me.
Yeah, I found a line that's bettable for the Knicks.
Did you know?
Yeah, the Knicks to lead wire to wire, which means they lead after the first, the second, the third, and the fourth at minus 105.
That's not terrible.
Meaning they jump out early and they blow them out. And yeah, minus 105, Knicks wire to wire. That's probably the best way to approach that game.
I don't hate that option.
I'm not betting it, but because for a wire to wire, I'd want a little bit better of a return. but that's the only like affordable. I was going to look for double result, but that probably would be minus 200 or so. The Miami Heat taking on the Atlanta Hawks. The Heat minus 2.5, total of 230 in this game. These two teams just played, and I was on that game, and I cashed with that game because I was on the Hawks as a home dog at plus 102 in that game. I believe they closed at around -1. So beat a nice little line movement with them too, I believe, in that game. So we get a short-term revenge spot for those who like those angles. It was a 12-point win for the Hawks back on the 24th. And now we flip venues. Line opened up at a 4.5 though for the Heat. It's down to a 2.5. So it actually got all the way down to a pick 'em at one point. And then for the total in this game, it opened up 228. It's now at 220 or 230. I want to take a look real quick what the money line's done because we have a relatively not relatively cheap. It's minus 140. It opened up minus 120 actually for Miami on the money line. It's now 145. But I highly doubt you'll be able to find a reasonable money line price for those who don't want to lay more than $1.40.
There are some $1.36s that I see, but
yeah. But this is Miami or no bet for me. Let's take a look at the cash flow here, see if it kind of correlates there. 48% of tickets, 60% of cash on Miami spread, 58-52 on the money line. This is Miami or no bet. I kind of want to go with that short-term revenge for the Heat. They're way better at home than they are on the road, even though they're only 12-11 at home, but they're 13-19 on the road. And I don't trust Atlanta to win multiple games in a row. The ultimate question is, do you want to lay a number with Miami? And that's the tough part. And I'm trying to see what the best available number is. Unfortunately, minus 135 on ESPN bet. I'm going to take that because I don't trust – because the Heat are a team that I feel like could win this game by a point or two. Like, they're one of those weird teams that love playing 1-point games, 2-point games. So I think the money line's worth a little bit of the squeeze in there. Bet ESPN bet has minus 135 with the Heat. I'm going to take them there.
That's all right. I'm on the same page as you. I'm on the Heat in this game. Recent revenge spots, one of my favorite angles. These two teams are playing back-to-back games against each other. And the Hawks won last game by double digits. So I'm going to end up going and taking the Heat in this game. Do I like it? No. Do I like this game? No. Am I betting it because of that? The short-term revenge? Yes, that's the only reason why. These two teams are mid at best. They're both 4 games under 500. They're both sitting in play-in spots. It's disgusting. So I'm not this is a gross game. But I am on the Heat minus 2.5.
Fair. And we're gonna get a little grosser next game.
I haven't even looked at it. Chat's been active. Nope. Nope. Don't care. Nope. Heat, another team that has just tanked, but revenge spot. They just lost the other day. Yep. Anyway, nope. Over 230. We're not going to talk about crypto. I can see the over in this game. Tyler Hero over points. Rob, this NBA, not hockey. Under 30, 230 and Heat money line. I like the Heat money line. Yes. I'm not going to touch a total. Young under pro. Tim copied me. No, you have more. You said money line, so this is a sports betting show, not a crypto show. There you go. SOL at 137. No, okay. Nope. We're not talking that. All right, Nick. I know you're very interested in this game. Can I go first with this one?
Yeah.
I'm never laying this many points. I'm not betting this game at all. Okay.
Now I'm going to talk you into trying to lay this many points.
I am not laying this many points.
We ready? I'm going to try it. I'm going to attempt. I'm probably going to fail, but I'm going to attempt.
Miserably.
Let's get into it. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Brooklyn Nets. The Thunder are 17.5-point road favorites.
There you go. I'm not betting it.
Okay. This line opened up around 15.5, 14.5. It immediately went to 15.5, and now we're seeing 17.5. So it's moved towards the Oklahoma City Thunder. Line opened up 220. It's now 216. So we have a move towards the under here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 64% of tickets, 73% of cash on the Thunder. The line moving towards them. So we have that. 87% of tickets, 85% of cash is on the over in this game here. What did we see last from the Oklahoma City Thunder? How about they had, what was it, a 20-point lead in that game?
Yes, they did, because I had them in that game.
And they managed to blow that lead with a 41-19 quarter for the fourth quarter for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yep.
And they choked the lead away. And actually, these two teams played back in January. Brooklyn and OKC was a 26-point win for the Thunder in that game. But you got to think they almost blew the first game against Minnesota. They collapsed and blew the game against Minnesota here. And they have a very winnable opponent here, a team that they can go and ragdoll. And that's exactly what I want here, is you have a pissed-off OKC team that'll not take the Brooklyn Nets lightly. They're going to go in there. They're going to win this game by 30+. And I think this is a smash and grab spot for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I'm going to be shopping around trying to find the best available numbers. I think this is a smash and grab for a first half full game play on the OKC Thunder. I think they're up by double digits by the end of the first quarter. They win the game by 20-30, and they dominate this one from start to finish. So I'm going to shop around, find the best available number. I'm going to take the first half of the full game here with the OKC Thunder.
You know what happens if the OKC Thunder win by 30? And I move on. I'm never laying this many points. I've never laid this many points. I'm not going to lay this many points, especially on the road. No. It's Nets for nothing. Nets are nothing for me, and I'm not betting the Nets. So you also got to think the Nets are off of losing outright to
I don't care. Just the strict talents of this team, you're getting an OKC team who is the best team in basketball, fully focused on one of the worst teams in basketball, the Nets. They're in for a rough night.
They could be. I'm never laying this many points.
I will tip my cap if the Nets keep it competitive.
Thanks for pointing out the obvious, Rob. Nets money line, huge letdown spot for the Thunder. How is that a letdown?
How is it a letdown spot for the Thunder? They just lost in a game that they had a 20+ point lead in. I don't get it.
I think I'm too high because I think I saw a number suggest a dog.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're an idiot. 4-4-6. 2 tough games versus the Wolves. Let down. No.
If they blew out the Wolves last game, then yeah, I'm staying off the spot. You blow a game like that, yeah, no, I'm going to lay it with you.
Oklahoma City team total over.
That's another good way to approach it as well.
Ice Sex, I hope you're on weed. Nick is wrong. Let down. SGA is him over points. Nets actually try and play tough. We'll cover. Nets under 98 points. CDD rate for sleep. Okay, there you go. Nets only look. Ice X. He's laughing at you. $20 for 200. Fuck it. You know what? At least you're putting your money where your mouth is. I'll respect that one. Minus 31, just like the Warriors yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's keep on going through the games, Nick, because we're 53 minutes in and we got 6 games left.
Yeah, we have the Chicago Bulls and the LA Clippers. The Clippers 8.5-point road favorites with a total of 228 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history here. This line has moved up. It's up to a 9 now. It opened up at a 7.5. It's now a 9 for the Clippers. Line opened up to 30.5. It's down to 228.5. So we have a move towards the under here as well. We have, 71% of tickets and 60% of the cash is on the Bulls at +9 in this game. And the line's gone from the Clippers to the line's gone from Clippers -7.5 to 9. So you're getting 71% of tickets, 60% of cash on the Bulls. They're saying you like 7.5, here's 8. If you like here 8, here's 8.5. You like 8.5, here's 9. The books are opening up their arms to Chicago Bull money here, it feels like. 80% of tickets, 64% of cash is on, or my bad, 68% of tickets, 67% of cash on the over here as well. How are we not on the Clippers tonight? And I get it, it's a big number, but market-wise, how are we not fading a public dog of this stature in the Chicago Bulls in this spot? And I get it. The Clippers are not a team that people want to trust right now laying points. And I fully get that. They've lost 3 in a row. They haven't covered in 4 in a row. But I feel like this is a spot where, and we have a Bulls team that covered 3 in a row. So public loves the Bulls right now. They're covering 3 in a row. They're coming in off of a dominating 32-point win. Clippers coming in on their 3rd straight loss, and they continue their road trip in LA next, where they have 2 games in LA and they go to Phoenix after that. So they are on a long road trip right now. This is Clippers for me. And I think it's just whether or not I want to double up on them or not. If I'm looking at this game, it's Clippers or no bet. It's definitely at least Clippers full game for me. I want to decide whether or not I want to play the first half as well.
Why don't why won't people want? Why won't I want to go after the Clippers? I'm not laying 9 points on the road. It's just not something that I'm doing. If I'm laying 9 points, it 100% has to be a home team. I'm never laying this many points on the road. I feel like 7 is about the max I'll lay on the road. And 9.5, maybe 10 at home, and it has to be a really, really good spot. Because of all that, I'm not betting this one. This is just it. I will say this is an ugly card, and I'm looking at the last 2 games. I'm probably going into today's card with the Pistons and the Heat, and that's it. I don't really feel a need to go after any of the other games. They're all ugly right now.
I'm going to play both, and I also locked in my OKC action as well. So going back to last game, OKC first half -9.5, -120. Fanatics full game -17, -110. Fanatics. And then LA Clippers first half -5, Bet365. LA Clippers full game -9 Fanatics. So I'm doubling up on both.
446 is $20. You got a job finally? How you doing, Sam? I'm up 3K today. Man, he's up so much money. He can't buy a membership to the YouTube channel that he loves, but he's up 3,000 in the markets.
Oh yeah. I saw Bitcoin was dropping though.
Clippers -8.5. Hey, we don't want to hear about your profits unless you're a member of the channel, because now you're just showing that you have money. Harden definitely hit the club last night. Damn, Nick, I'm going to the Houston game tonight. There you go. We know you are. Doesn't that mean he played good? If you went to the club, maybe. Clippers are nothing. Clippers playing like trash. Bulls trash. Give me the Bulls contest play. You're hilarious. +9. Clippers team total under 119.5. Do the Clippers care about this game?
They're still in the race for a play-in spot. So
they're currently tied for the 6th seed.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't realize the Clippers were that good.
They're 5 games over. They're tied with Minnesota. We need the contest back. We had the contest, but nobody wanted to join as members. So if we were doing a contest, we can't really have any money involved, which nobody wants a contest with no money involved. Pacers, Knicks, Blazers, Clippers. Parlay is +167. The NBA is disgusting. It is. They banned me, so no, we did not ban you. You didn't participate because you were too cheap to. Is that Trent's parlay? It means it's good to buy. You're broke. Yeah, 446 is broke.
YOU_RE broke.
Yeah. You got 2. Shut up. Now. You got 2 NBA games left.
Yeah, we have the Sacramento Kings and the Utah Jazz. We have the Kings -9.5, total 236 in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up 9.5. It's still a 9.5 for Sacramento. Line opened up 235.5. It's 236.5 now in this one. So we move towards the over here as well. We have 59% of tickets, 68% of cash on Sacramento. Line not moving. And then we have 66% of tickets, 72% of cash on the over. Line has moved to point towards the over in this one as well. We have Sacramento coming in off of a dominating win. Do I really want to lay this many points on the road with a team off a win like that? No, I prefer teams off a loss like what we have with OKC and LA Clippers today, rather than what the Sacramento Kings did last game, which was 130-88 win over the Hornets. Utah Jazz coming in off of a loss, but a cover. They've covered in 4 of their last 5 games, even though they've only won 2 of them. They lost by 2 points to the Portland Trailblazers in their last game there. They did cover. I have no interest in laying this many points for the Kings, especially off of a dominating win like they did in their last game against the Hornets. I don't really want the Jazz in this spot, though. This is a no play here for me, and I don't think I'm going to probably get to anything else for the NBA.
I 100% agree. I'll be honest. I'm curious. I'm gonna quickly write down on a note on my notepad what all of the let's go according to Bovada. What each dog's money line price is today of 10 plus points or more. And then we'll see whether or not, if you bet all of those dogs, whether or not you would have a profitable day. So Sixers are 335. Raptors are 370. Nets are 850. Bulls, I'm gonna include the Bulls at 290, even though it's only a 9-point spread. Jazz are 335, and I'm gonna include the Spurs at 295. Anything 9 points or more, just to kind of keep a track. So 6 teams of 9 points are favorites. Let's see how they do. And let's see whether or not, if I was to bet them all, which I'm not betting them all. Let's get that clear. I'm not betting them all. But if somebody were to, whether or not you would be profitable. Kings minus 415 money line if you're playing your laying. I'm never laying a money line like that. Jazz team total under. Morning dumb, morning untouchable. Pistons only play on the card. Best bet today. I like it. Blues. Kings dominate again. Another low double-digit spread.
Yeah. It's a single-digit spread. I'm seeing 9.5, but yeah.
And by the way, the Kings are currently in that 10 spot. So, hello, ISEX. Can we do NHL? We got one more NBA game. Luka Markkanen is out today. That sucks for them. Untouchable, what's up? Blues have been wonderful since Four Nations. There you go. Raptors 10.5 is a good bet. Probably will go Blues money line, Ovechkin anytime goal for tomorrow before I go to the game. There you go. Nets, Jazz, Bulls, Raptors money line 2 for 1,600. That's a big price.
Wow. All dogs.
Yeah.
Props. Okay.
It's a trap Jazz spread, but no thanks. All right, Nick. Final NBA game of the day.
Yeah, the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs. The Rockets 9.5 point favorites, total 228.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up at a 9, still a 9. Line opened up at a 229.5. It's down to a 228. So we'll move towards the under here as well. We have 61% of the tickets are on the Rockets, 50-50 split on the cash. 65% of tickets, 68% cash on the over in this one as well. The Rockets played last night, so they're on a second half of a back-to-back. And so are the Spurs, because I bet these are the 2 teams I lost my these were my 2 losers last night for my NBA plays, was the Rockets minus 3.5, the Spurs plus 3. I want nothing to do with this game. I guess dog or pass, if I'm betting it, it would only be the Spurs taking the points. But I am totally satisfied with my, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays in the NBA today. My double up on the Clippers, my Heat, and my 6 plays. Double up on the Thunder, double up on the Clippers, Heat, and Pistons. So that's where I'm going for today's card.
I'm just going to stick with the Pistons and the Heat today. That is it. So I don't feel the need to go after anything else. This is an ugly card, so I'll stick with what I got.
Sure.
Instead, I'll bring up and it's going to be really quick. I'll bring up an interesting game from yesterday in college baseball between Seattle and Portland.
I saw that.
Because Portland's pitcher, Sam Rebenez, 9 innings, no earned runs, 12 strikeouts, no walks, a perfect game, 86 pitches. 86 pitches in a perfect game.
86 pitches in a 12 strikeout performance.
In a 12 strikeout performance in a perfect game against Seattle.
Wow.
Props to him. But we'll go back to the chat, and then we'll head to your hockey. Under. Spurs under. Spurs team total under 109. Okay, I was about to say 209. Yeah. Rockets and Clippers moneyline parlay. Sounds disgusting. All right, Nick, to your hockey world.
Oh boy, here we go. Winnipeg Jets and the Ottawa Senators. The Jets are minus 135 favorites, total 5.5 in this game. Let's take a look at what these two teams have done as of late. The Winnipeg Jets, they've won, and they've won some more. How about 10 straight wins for the Winnipeg Jets entering this game? They're coming in off of an overtime win against the San Jose Sharks in their last game as minus 45 favorites. A game where they did dominate, though, 35-18 shots on goal. Ottawa coming in off of a 5-2 loss against Montreal. Montreal, a team I said desperately needed to break more than anybody else. And what have they done? They've gone out and they cashed as dogs in both games so far for us. Huge shout out to the Montreal Canadiens so far for the good start out of the Four Nations break. As much as I'll be like, yeah, let's keep the winning going. And here's the thing. Also, Ottawa, 4 straight losses. They lost back-to-back against Tampa Bay, and then they lost to Florida before the Four Nations break. They opened up after the Four Nations break with a loss against Montreal. So this has been a team that's really struggling as of late. We have a Winnipeg Jets team that can't lose right now. I would only go Ottawa in this game, though. I think this is a motivated Ottawa team right now to get off the schneid. And I feel like once you get to 10 wins, if you haven't been backing a team that regularly, like I have not been backing the Winnipeg Jets during the streak.
You can't bet them.
You can't bet them right now. And I get it. Yeah, they've won 10 in a row. And I know a lot of people are on a 3-game card be like, oh, yeah, the team that won 10 in a row, give me them. I think Ottawa is very live in this game. They're coming off of a bad loss in their last game, 5-2. I believe they were at home. Yeah, they were at home. They got kind of embarrassed by Montreal. I think this is a game where they can bounce back after that loss last game and potentially get a win here. For me, it's Ottawa or no bet. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on Ottawa, but that would be the only spot I would look at.
It'd be Winnipeg or nothing. I just can't bet Winnipeg because I haven't bet on the win streak. This is a Winnipeg team that is now currently the leader for the President's Trophy. And I look at it, they're only, and this is why I think NHL standings are a little weird. I don't want to say stupid, but 41-17. And they're only a point up on a team that's 38-20 for the President's Trophy. But because of overtime losses, there you go.
Well, basically think about overtime games as draws.
Yeah, I realize that, yes. But you look at it, it's just like Winnipeg is such a way better team.
Oh, yeah. If the Stanley Cup Finals was Winnipeg versus Washington, I would have that line Winnipeg minus 200.
I think that's fair.
225.
I think Winnipeg's the best team in hockey. I don't think it's particularly close right now. That being said, I would still look towards Vegas to win the West, just because President's Trophy winner doesn't mean you're going to win.
Oh, President's Trophy winner makes me want to bet against you in the first round.
Yeah.
And I've done that the last few years, and it's actually, I mean, we remember what it was back in 2019? It was 2019. Tampa Bay had the best regular season of all time, and then got swept by Columbus. We've seen Boston. Then they followed up a couple years later, had the best regular season in NHL history, and lost in 7 games to Florida. We saw Florida do it where they went 6 games with Washington in the first round before they got swept by Tampa Bay in the second round.
Yep.
So President's Trophy, I don't think a President's Trophy winner has won a Stanley Cup in over 10 years.
Yeah.
Like it's an actual, and I understand why.
Because you play a lot of good games in the regular season to the point where it's not competitive towards the end of the year and you kind of get off your schneid.
It's to a point where you're not playing games that mean anything for the last month or so, which is why I want the Dodgers to win 110 games this year. So they're coasting in September, and then come October, they're not ready to click in gear yet. Like we saw them do against the Padres, like we saw them do against the Diamondbacks. The reason why they did so well in the playoffs last year is the Padres challenged them to the last weekend or the last week. So that's something to keep in mind.
There you go. Was there an NBA projection that's sticking out to you guys? Nick? I know you gave out a free play on your Twitter.
Yeah, OHIO.
Ohio State
money line.
Jets and Rag. Sens money line. Is the Spurs the only scored 103 versus the Pels? They're going to score 110 versus the Rockets. I don't know. Those college basketball spreadsheets standout plays have been fire. There you go. 2 back-to-back come from behind wins. On a back-to-back, best bet Spurs team total under. Sens money line would be a contest play.
I'm really interested in Ottawa. I am.
Maryland, St. John's, Oklahoma spreads. I'm on Oklahoma with you. That's ranked versus unranked. 2 units locked and loaded. Shane Pinto back, Nick.
It just says questionable day to day for him, and it says day to day for Kachuk as well.
Sens will put up a fight. Go give me a heart attack. Go Jets, go. Pinto is out. What about the under?
I could see that if Hellebuck's in net, because Hellebuck's been playing really well this year. He's going to win another Vezina.
Is Brady Kachuk playing?
Questionable. Don't know yet. I'm assuming yeah, because I think he did play against Montreal. Brady's out too. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I stayed off the spot then.
Sens have a bunch of injuries. Yeah,
I don't hate the first period because we've seen teams come out strong against. Seen teams come out strong against Winnipeg and then fade late. Like we saw San Jose won the first period against Winnipeg. I believe we saw St. Louis won the first period against Winnipeg, or was tied after the first period against Winnipeg. Like we've seen teams come out and play well in the first period. So yeah, Ottawa first period is an interesting look there too.
I can't wait to fade the Jets. They're the President's Trophy team. If they are.
And here's the thing: we've seen this plenty of times with the Winnipeg Jets. They fade in the playoffs.
It's a regular season. Winnipeg is good, like the Leafs and the Canes. There you go. Hopefully it's against my Blues.
Oh, if it's Blues Jets, I would bet the Blues at plus 250.
Yeah. But when playoffs come, it doesn't matter. Did the Jets and Rags since everyone potential Comrie.
Oh, Comrie start potentially.
Maybe. Your show is running at the Higgs Show. Aren't you guys on the same channel? Yes, stop. Yeah, we're trying to get through all the comments. So, yeah. Winnipeg. If it's Comrie, the over. Okay. Preds to ruin the Jets' fantastic streak would be fantastic. I'm glad I could help the Jets. Okay, bye. Last time the President's winner won the trophy was the Blackhawks in 2012-2013.
Thank you. It's been 12 years.
No team in the NHL besides the Wings have ever won the President's Trophy in the Cup in the same year. Eesh. Panthers money line at home versus the Oilers tomorrow. Bruins money line versus the Islanders.
I want to fade the Bruins. I got to figure out whether or not I want to pull the trigger on the Islanders though is the question. But I want to fade the Bruins until further notice because they're missing their top 2 defensemen.
Betting the Jets is buying them high, not worth it. It's not. Don't say that. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, we have the Colorado Avalanche taking on the New Jersey Devils. We have the Avalanche minus 135 favorites, total of 5.5 in this game. We had the Colorado Avalanche coming in on back-to-back losses. They're coming in after the Four Nations break, and they haven't had a couple days off since then. It was a back-to-back. They were in Nashville, and then they were in St. Louis before they went. Before now they're back at home to play New Jersey. They lose 2-1 to Nashville in a game where they outshot them 32-17. They deserve to win that game. Nashville money line, never in doubt. And then I lost with the Colorado Avalanche on the -1 line against St. Louis, trying to fade Binnington the first game after the Four Nations. I will not do that anymore. Binnington's bet on for me right now. On the flip side, New Jersey lost their first game out of the Four Nations break. They won 4-2, or they lost 4-2 against Dallas. They bounced back with a 5-0 win against Nashville on the road, and they will continue their road trip after this game in Utah, Vegas, and Dallas. For me in this game, I'm actually interested in this spot. I want Colorado in this game to bounce back after 2 losses. And New Jersey coming in off of a very satisfying win, that 5-0 win over Nashville. I was on New Jersey in that game. And I'm seeing, looks like the best available numbers. I'm seeing like -148 plus 170. Oh, nope. Bovada giving me actually the best available numbers. That's a rare one. -145 plus 175. I'm going to take Colorado on the -1 line here in this game. And I have a feeling I'm going to have 2 -1 lines. I think I'm going to go after LA in the next game as well. But yeah, I'm going to start my NHL card here with the Avalanche on the -1 line plus 112.
All right, I'm interested in something. I want to do, how about a little bit of a ladder here? Would you be interested in a little bit of a ladder? Because I know it's a 5.5 total.
You think it's going to soar over?
I'm going to go over 6.5 plus 125. Over 7 at 220. 8.5 at 425.
Why?
You just said the Devils are coming off of a 5-0 win. All right. That automatically kind of pushes you towards an over. And Colorado, I think, is going to try to play fast. Although they're coming off of back-to-back, a 3-goal game and a 4-goal game. But this game has the feel that we come back tomorrow and go, wow, Colorado won 6-5 in overtime. Honestly. Mm-hmm. This is going to be my only hockey plays today. And I'm going to put a little bit on each. I'm taking the over 6.5, over 7, over 8.5. Because that's what is offered right now. And if you want, you could take the over 2.5 goals in the first period at plus 260. So it to be like 2-1 Avs after 1. I could easily see that. I want to kind of look towards that stuff. I think this is going to be a heavy offensive game.
Sure. I'm locking in my play for the next game as well because I am going to bet the next game too. And I have a feeling I'm going to add a future today as well.
Interesting. All right, let's quickly try to run through these. I will bet the Isles Bees, non-biased as always, Avs -1.5. Over in the Avs game. Draw. Jack Hughes, plus 140. I'm guessing that's a point or a goal. That's probably a goal.
Goal.
Give me the Devils in the over. Bratt and Hischier props. LOL, I was thinking Tim wanted to ladder the Avs puck line. Nope. Makar assists, parlay piece, Avs puck line, and the Devils have an offense. They scored 5 last game. And Colorado doesn't have a good defense. Nick, I'll say right off the rip, I'm going to pass on this game.
And I am playing the LA Kings on the -1 line at -112. Let's get into it. We have the LA Kings taking on the Vancouver Canucks in this one here. And this also will correlate with the future I'm probably going to give out here. And I got to figure out how I want to approach this as well. Because I'm trying, and I could still get 9-1 on something as well. I think I might sprinkle half a unit on each. I was talking about this yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm going to get worse lines because I waited. And I may stay off one spot now because the line went from 4-1 to 2-1 because of one win yesterday. The Flames make the playoffs. But for me, I'm going to add the Canucks to miss the playoffs at plus 170. I'm going to shop around, find the best of the line. That's just at DK, but I'm going to look at the other books as well and find the Canucks to miss the playoffs. And I also want to sprinkle the Blues to make the playoffs. Half unit play. I'm seeing 9-1 on DraftKings. That was 10-1 yesterday. But for me, I want to fade this Vancouver Canucks team as much as I can. I believe this is a team that 2-1 Utah was a very flattering score for the Vancouver Canucks in their last game there, as they were outshot 2-1, 32-16. They were outplayed badly. This is a team that has a lot of negative feels around it. They've already traded JT Miller. We've seen a million trade talks with Elias Pettersson, who's done absolutely nothing this year. Brock Besser's been thrown into trade talks. Quinn Hughes is still, I believe, out or he's hurt. We're seeing injuries galore with this Vancouver Canucks team. Demko is still out, so we're looking at a goaltending situation for Vancouver that I just don't trust. I mean, Kevin Lankinen and Silvos is your two goaltenders. I don't trust them. I'm surprised the Canucks are the way where they are right now. To be completely honest, I think they completely fall out. I think they're very similar to the Boston Bruins. They just tank out in the second half this year. It's just figuring out who's going to take that spot. I think it's either Calgary or it's St. Louis. But for me, -1, -112 on the LA Kings. They've been playing good hockey as of late, but this is more of a fate of the Canucks than it is a backing of the Kings, for me personally.
There you go. I'm not touching this game, so let's get through the rest here. Regarding Jets, Capitals currently battling for the first overall. Thoughts on 3 points for regulation wins to separate the gap?
No, no.
Honestly, I would love a 3-2-1-0 format where it's 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win, 1 point for an overtime loss, and 0 points for a loss in regulation. That'd be great. I would love that. Draw and same game parlay. Kings. Kevin Fiala goal. Kings is a cash cow.
Yeah, they've been really strong this year. I definitely underestimated them.
Kempe overshots on goal. What about the under 5.5 or Canucks team total under?
I can see that.
It'll be under. No bet. Byfield assist plus 175. He had 4 in his last game. Draw ski ding ding. Canucks lean. Kopitar Kempe point parlay under 5.5. I think Nick said he would lean under.
I could see an under in this game. I think that offensively, the Canucks are still going to struggle.
Does travel affect the Jets today?
It could. I lean Sens. That would be my one dog. If I'm betting a dog today, obviously I'm on the other two favorites. It would be Senators.
There you go. That is everything for today. We have made it through the entire card, hour and 22 minutes. But that is everything for today. Check out the because we are on the Picks and Parleys and we are on the Winners Whiners YouTube channels. Make sure you guys are checking out the websites, either picksandparleys.net or is it winnersandwhiners.com or .net? I don't remember. Winnersandwhiners.com. Check out those for Earle Sports Bets Best Bets. Figure I mentioned that because we're on there as well. And we'll be back again tomorrow. It's funny, I said travel in the Jets.
Done.
But that's going to do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.